State Patrol Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops.
Everybody, what's happening? Thanks for stopping by to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double D. And you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Double D, things are really starting to get crazy, and I think that's an understatement, honestly. So
yeah, I would believe so.
It's like
it's getting insane.
It's really getting insane, and the thing that's crazy to me, right, is these are federal law enforcement agents that are doing these crackdowns with the ICE raids, okay? People that are getting in front of these federal enforcement agents during these raids, it could come down to a situation like what happened in Minnesota that we don't want to see, that could easily be avoided if these people would just stay home and shut their mouth.
Well, that's the thing, Bird. They're paid protesters. This woman, the woman had a history of being a paid protester, actually.
Insane.
They drove 560 miles from St. Louis to Minneapolis, or from Missouri to Minneapolis, in order to obstruct justice, to break the law. They drove 560 miles to break the law. She has a kid. Did you know that?
No.
Did you know the woman that passed away has a child?
I did not know that.
She has a kid, dude. So her and her wife, by the way, now just keep in mind that kid is with the previous husband, I guess.
Okay.
So he's probably got custody of the kid, I'm sure, at this point. But,
yeah, I'd imagine.
Well, I mean, it would make sense. I mean, why would they give it to the wife of this lady? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's besides the point. That's irrelevant. The point being is she has a kid, and her wife made a conscious choice to go and obstruct justice and break the law. Even if she doesn't get shot, she's still going to prison, and she's still in a world of trouble no matter what. And her wife is probably in custody right now. I have no doubt in my mind.
So this lady's stupid reaction to something that she had no business being involved in, resulting in this happening to her.
Yeah, it was a very selfish act.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking God!
Wait, I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. I didn't realize pushing that would have did that. All right, so, people see this from that angle. They're like, oh, she didn't do nothing. They just killed her. This is cold-blooded. But then you see the real angle.
Well, wait, before you show that, can I point something out real quick about this?
Yeah, 1,000%.
If you notice, right after that incident, you see his knees buckle.
Oh, you see him limping. Watch, Double D.
Yeah.
You watch him limping after he gets hit. Watch. It's clear as day. Look at him.
Yeah. Look at his. Yeah.
Look at him.
He grabbed his leg. Yeah, he's grabbing his leg.
What the fuck? You just fucking...
You could tell he's walking awkwardly right there, right?
Yeah, he's definitely walking awkward. He just had surgery 6 months ago when somebody dragged him in a car.
So I want to show you this.
Dragged him with a car.
I want to show you this angle, Double D. Right? This angle is all the proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
Clearly,
yep, right there. You guys clearly see it.
We're gonna watch this one more time so everybody can make sure that they see this. Okay, clearly he was right here and got pushed to the side, right? That's not
So
happening.
she was driving into him.
That's not happening unless you're coming in impacting with him like this, and bow like this, right? So if he would have been in front of her, she really would have hurt him. Could have ran him over and everything. If he would have been fully in front of her, oh, dude, I'm sorry, this is justified in my opinion. It's shitty. I don't want to see anybody die, but this is justified. I don't see where anybody sees anything else but justification within this.
You know what else is kind of interesting about this whole thing too, Bert, is before that incident, which we don't have video of, she was obstructing the driver, the driver that was trying to open up the car door.
Okay.
That was the driver that she was ramming with her vehicle before that and obstructing his pass to get through. She actually blocked him in. He jumped out of his car because she was like, apparently she rammed him and then blocked him. We don't see the ramming part. All we see is the kind of blockade part.
Right.
So that's where the video starts. It doesn't start before that. So we don't get to see that. But according to other eyewitnesses that were there and the officers in question, she basically, well, you could tell she blocked them off.
Right.
They're claiming she was harassing them also, which I have no trouble believing since they drove 560 miles to go do this.
Exactly. Clear as day, she was at fault. There's no way that anything is going to happen to this ICE agent. I don't care what anybody says. No way. And they're literally trying to make this their new George Floyd. It's crazy. They will take anything that they can, grasp onto anything they can to try and have sympathy and compassion for us. Have sympathy for us. Care about us. This is us. We're about us. Like, dude, these people are fucking mentally challenged.
You do. Do you want to know something else too? On top of being the mentally challenged, they are claiming that they may possibly charge state charges against the federal agent.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when you're in federal law enforcement, and you can look this up, you can Google it. So basically, the federals can ask for federal to move it to a federal court outside of the state courts. So honestly, the state really has nothing. There's nothing they can do that's going to change that. It's always approved because they want the agents to have a fair investigation and a fair trial and a fair hearing and a fair whatever else it is that goes on. So even though Mayor Frey is threatening to press charges against the agent's just going to ask to have it moved to the federal jurisdiction, and it's going to get thrown out anyway.
Crazy. So here we have retard Tim Walz thinking that he knows everything and that he is above Donald Trump. Check this shit out, Double D. It's crazy. It's insane the things that this dude says right here.
All right, let's take you now to Blaine, Minnesota, just outside Minneapolis, where Governor Tim Walz is providing an update.
Good afternoon. Today I'm joined by Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson, Colonel Schaefer of the Minnesota National Guard, and Colonel Bogojevic of the Minnesota State Patrol. This morning, we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We've been warning for weeks.
You want to know something funny? You want to know something fucking funny about this, Double D? These demon rats just held their whole vigil yesterday, right? And they're saying condolences to the family. Not once did these fucking pathetic losers say condolences to Ashley Babbitt's family. Not one fucking time did they say anything positive about her. Fuck these people.
Dude, they gave Lieutenant Michael Byrd a badge of courage, or a Medal of Honor and Medal of Courage, for shooting an unarmed veteran through a window. He got her through a window.
Insane,
I mean, dude, if anybody else does, they spend the next 25 years in prison.
Exactly.
Lieutenant Michael Byrd was given an award by the Biden administration. See, it's always the rules for thee, but not for me when it comes to the Democratic Party. They know that they'll turn a blind eye to crime and thuggery so long as it's them doing it.
Yep.
But the moment there's a retaliation on the other side, it's blown out of proportion. They use the media to exploit it. And here we're 6 years later. We're still hearing about January 6th.
Sad.
Like, at what point am I going to have, especially now that we know it was a hoax, that the FBI was part of it at the time and Biden's DOJ was right there instigating it. Now we know all of that and they're still pushing it. Like it's do the vigil on January 6th in Washington, D.C., the Democrats. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about yesterday. They didn't say one thing about Ashley Babbitt.
No, not at all. They don't give a fuck about Ashley Babbitt, dude. Are you kidding me? She was a
about
conservative.
anyone.
She was a conservative white female who was an ex-vet, who was a veteran, and who was a patriot. No, they don't care about her. All they care about are socialist, communist losers who are pathetic, who want to cut their nuts off, cut off their breasts, and run around with their pride flags and Palestinians, queers for Palestine signs. These fucking people are nuts, dude. They're nuts.
But the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety.
No,
That someone was going to
that's
get
not
hurt.
true.
Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state.
I don't give a fuck about Minnesota.
Hold on
I'll
a
tell
minute.
you that.
Hold on a minute, though. But this is where I'm about to debunk this retard right here. Okay? If Donald
I don't
Trump,
give a fuck about the Democrats in Minnesota.
No. I'm about to debunk this retard. If Donald Trump didn't care about Minnesota, he wouldn't be doing something about all the fraud going on. He wouldn't be doing something about all the shadiness that you got going on. And he wouldn't be doing anything about the illegal immigration going on in Minnesota if he didn't care about Minnesota.
Well, it's ironic because if Nick Shirley didn't go in there and expose it, Tampon Timmy was planning on burying that shit for as long as he could. We now know why that Democratic state senator or representative, whatever I forget what her name was, but now we know that the guy who worked for Tampon Timmy said that Tampon Timmy put him up to it because she was trying to stop because she saw the fraud. She obviously saw the fraud. She wanted them to stop giving the Somalian daycare centers all that money for nothing. And she ended up dead by a guy who claims that Tampon Timmy is behind it.
Sad.
And the more and more that comes out about this fucking guy, I'm telling you, Bird, here's my prediction for Tampon Tim. He will be indicted. I have a good feeling he will take himself out, though, because he's not strong or courageous. He's not strong. He's not masculine. He's not tough enough for federal prison. And he certainly isn't going to face. He has yet to admit that this happened on his watch and that he is partially responsible. He still won't take accountability. Yeah, he's not running again because he knows he can't get elected.
I mean, he's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. Do they ever take accountability?
Tear us apart. Will not turn
Never.
against each
They never
other.
take accountability, ever.
To Minnesotans, I say
Never.
this. I feel your anger. I'm angry.
About what?
They want a show. We can't give
He's
it to
angry
them.
that America's
We
angry
cannot.
with him.
If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully as you always do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this. Please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, no, our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's
now they want
mobile
the
response
cops.
team.
They want their cops now, don't
And from
they?
here on, I have a very simple message.
I see a
We do
backfire
not
coming.
need any further help from the federal government.
Too bad.
To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough.
No, they haven't. They need to do more.
There's nothing.
No.
That's
They
untrue.
need to go and
That's
arrest
very
him.
untrue.
He needs
No,
to be arrested.
that's very untrue. Honestly, they haven't done enough. They haven't done enough.
No, they haven't. No, this should have been done years ago under the Biden administration. It should have been done.
Yeah.
More important than
But
Minnesota
nobody
safety.
knew about it.
I've issued a
It was
warning
coming
order
out
to
then,
prepare the
though.
Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary.
That is a threat. That is sedition.
Okay, here's a.
I remind you, fat boy Timmy WALZ, that is sedition, and you should be tried, prosecuted, and hung for that.
This is another mental retardation moment of Tim WALZ. Okay, so Double D, we're
He's
gonna
his own
Double D,
worst enemy.
Double D. I'm gonna go through a little briefing with you. Who's in charge of the ICE agents?
Donald Trump and Kristi Noem.
Okay, well, Kristi Noem. Who appointed Kristi Noem to her position?
Donald Trump,
What is Donald Trump right now?
the commander-in-chief,
What does the commander-in-chief oversee?
the military and the National Guard.
What is the National Guard's part of? The military. So you're telling me that you're going to send Donald Trump's National Guards to combat against Donald Trump's ICE agents? Are you fucking retarded? Seriously, are you a fucking retard? That is so fucking stupid. All Donald Trump has to do is say, hey, don't go do that. And they don't go do that. They don't fucking listen to you. They listen to the commander-in-chief, you fucking retard. Right. Are you fucking retarded? Do I have to say this again? Retard.
Yeah, he definitely is a
like,
fucking
bro,
retard.
This dude is mentally.
Here's the thing: without, like, he could send the National Guard to go and do something, but he also has to, he does have the right to do that, but not against the federal government.
No, that's what I'm saying. He can't do that against Donald Trump's ICE agents.
If he's trying to stop a bunch of protesters from burning down a police station,
he is allowed to 100% do that. Yeah, hell yeah.
But they didn't use the National Guard for that. As a matter of fact, they made the police officers evacuate the police station, and they let the rioter, protester, domestic terrorists burn their police station down. And that was on Tampon Timmy's watch.
So
it's all on Tampon Timmy's watch. I'm telling you, dude, he's not going to make it through 2026. The pressure is going to be too much for him.
Nope.
We're going to wake up one morning and we're going to hear about how he took himself out at 3:00 in the morning.
Yep. So
I'm telling you,
his words.
I can see it coming.
His words resulted in things like this happening. Why would you reach for the agent's gun like a fucking idiot, dude? Is everybody in Minnesota retarded?
I believe so, dude. I believe so.
Kill someone else!
God, man.
Kill someone else!
He wants to go get his ass whooped now, too. Dude, they will fuck that dude up, bro.
Like, seriously. I don't get it, Double D. I don't get it, Double D. I really don't. It's like causing stupidity like this. Then you got these fucking retards that are literally protesting over a lady that tried to hit an ICE agent and had a fuck around and find out moment. But they're not with that unless it benefits them. That's the only time. Oh my God.
Dude, I hate to say it, man, but we're about to have Gettysburg 2.0.
Look at Double D. It's even going on in Cleveland.
Cleveland joins the list of cities across the country that are now standing in solidarity for Renee Good, a woman killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. This protest on East 9th and Lakeside in downtown Cleveland started just around 6.
There ain't that many people at that one, though.
There are a lot of people.
That's not a lot of people.
Really. There's about maybe 200, 300 people tops.
Yeah, that's tops. Not a lot of people. Fake news.
That's a courtyard, by the way. That's the courtyard at 1111 Lakeside. Dude, you can park about 6 limos in there, and that's it.
I'm just going to say this.
They're exaggerating. Actually, I don't even think you can get 6 limos in there, maybe 4 or 5.
I'm just going to say this.
2 on each side.
Let these ICE agents go do their job. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, for sure.
You're literally obstructing in a federal what is it? Not investigation. Just he's a federal officer.
Federal agent. These are federal officers. These are federal officers. They're immigration and customs enforcement.
Mental retardation is real in Minnesota.
Dude, it's real all over America. It just happens to be on the lefty side. They've been so used to they've let the last decade, the Democrats have been letting them act the fucking fool for the last decade. All the politicians, and the politicians are on their side. They're some of the fools, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
So you've got all these fools on the left who've been letting this shit go on, and they've been giving the permissive hand to it. And now it's no longer being permissive, and they're like, oh, well, this ain't right. We're not allowed to protest. No, actually, you're not. You're allowed to peacefully assemble. That's what it says in the First Amendment. Never said anything about violence or fucking protest.
Exactly.
So that's actually bullshit. They don't have a First Amendment right to protest. They have a First Amendment to peacefully assemble and share their grievances with their leadership. That's it.
Yep.
They don't have the right to protest. They don't have the right to steal guns. They don't have the right to burn down buildings. That's all a bunch of horse shit. I'm so sick and tired of their fucking narrative. Lying ass bastards. They had the whole country feeling sorry for them, and they had to, just like the hippies of the 70s, they didn't know when to say when.
Right, exactly. It's just insane. So I just look at it like this. Let's have a wait and see about this. Let's see what happens within the next couple weeks. Let's see how this draws out. I'm hoping by the end of Donald Trump's regime, we get at least half of these illegal immigrants out.
I mean, honestly, dude, the more and more this crap happens, the faster it's going to happen, because they think America's on their side. We're not.
No.
Champon Timmy thinks America should stand up for Minnesota. No, America is not standing up for Minnesota. We are not doing that. What they're doing is wrong. It's about time they deal with the consequences of their behavior and their actions. We are not standing with New York City and the mom commie. It's not going to happen. I had to throw them in there because the shit's going to hit New York soon enough too.
Yep.
And we're not in support of it. No. We're just not.
Not one bit.
There's little patches of blue all around the edge of the United States. You got to come to us if you want Gettysburg 2.0. But when you bring it to us, we're going to take it to your home.
Exactly. Well, I think on that note, let's end it right there.
Yep, I would say that covers about the most important information that we could possibly give.
So,
bottom line,
the main story from this one: don't be a retarded Democrat.
That's right. And Tim Walz, you really are your own worst enemy, brother. No. Actually, you're not my brother. I don't even know why I just said that. I take that back. I'm about to throw up in my mouth because that just came out because I naturally call men brother. But that little candy ass, roly poly, fat ass piece of shit. No, Tampon Timmy and his little flabby candy ass. I don't give a fuck about that dude. He's not my brother. He belongs in the penitentiary.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to thank God most of all. Without him, none of this is possible. I want to thank my friends, my family, and also I would love to thank you guys, the audience, for coming here and watching these videos and joining us.
And as always, Bird, thank you for making the show happen every week. Audience, thanks for sticking around and joining us again. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, and smash that notification. And last but not least, as always, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for allowing me to make this possible for y'all. And with all that, good night, y'all. Stay free, America.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.